Hello, Capricorn. It is Haley with Tarot from Beyond, here to provide you with your October 1st through 15th, 2018 general reading. I hope you guys are having a great weekend, putting your happiness in your hands and not in the hands of others. No matter what is going on around you, I hope that you are the boss of you and not allowing other people to dictate your behavior through the emotions that they invoke in you. That is something that came out of my mouth, as apparently Spirit wanted you to know. So we'll do a few more shuffles, my loves, and we will begin. With that being said, for those of you interested in a private reading, crystals, or if you feel compelled to make a donation, on my website, the Book My Reading Now button is the only button that you have to press in order to complete any of those things. And there's a note section in PayPal where you can describe what it is that you are paying for. So with that being said, my Cappies, let's begin. Look what card popped out. Just insisted on being there. King of Cups, Eight of Swords, Two of Swords, Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords, and Death. Look at all those swords. Look at all those swords, baby. So Capricorn, let me tell you who this reading's going to resonate with. The Cappies who have the ability to love like no other. The King of Cups. The King of Cups is an individual who understands the cause and effects of love. What will happen if they don't love, and what will happen if they do love. This person understands love in its highest form. And you have loved someone who has worked very hard at confusing you on a regular basis. They confuse you with what they do and what they say. They say one thing and they do something else. Or they do something and they say something else. It's just a total contradiction. And because you love them, you're trying to sift through what it is that they're saying, and it's affecting your thought process. So much so that you're spending all of your time trying to figure out why you feel this way. And negative energies know exactly what they're doing when they do this. It distracts you from doing what it is that you should be doing, which is your light work. As I've described to all of my subscribers, that Spirit is leading all of the light workers assigned to me. Spirit is sending them all to me so that I can guide you guys in the direction that you belong in, which is to fulfill the contract you made when you came into this incarnation, which is to be a light worker. That is what you are. However, see, let me explain something, Cappies. You can't be a light worker without this type of love. And you can't acquire this type of love without some kind of long suffering. And I mean for a while. You've gone through the gamut in your entire life. You've had a parent that did not reciprocate your love for a long time. Someone that you really loved and cared about either was ill-equipped to give you the love that you needed back. and that broke your heart, yet you continue to long suffer with them. You've likely endured some sexual, misuse and abuse. And you've also experimented with substances as well. Unfortunately, it seems unfair. However, those are the prerequisites to be a light worker, because you long suffered, and every time you got knocked down, you got your ass right back up. Because you're tough like that. That's why you've been chosen as a light worker. And see, negative energies know that. And that's why they use relationships, because you know how to love and you have empathy for others. That makes you an easy target for people who like to play mind games to keep you exactly where they want you to be. Sitting there trying to figure out what they're talking about, which ain't nothing. They ain't talking about nothing. Yet, you want to understand them so badly because you love them. And because a lot of the relationships that you have endured in your past have come with nothing but crap, you have now become accustomed to those types of relationships, so that when you come in contact with people who like to play mind games like this, it's nothing new to you and you almost expect it. And some of you don't even feel as though there are relationships that exist outside of the ones that you have experienced up to this point. But I'm here to tell you that there are. We just had an Aries full harvest moon in the same month of a new moon. Mercury retrograde is over. Jupiter already played its role, and Saturn is now enforcing all of your intentions. And I'm pretty sure that your intentions were to be loved back the way that you love others. So know that it's on its way. However, please understand that everything that you do relies upon your choices. You see how she's got those swords? She can either go this way or that way. And see, the relationships that you've been in are a familiar path, as unhealthy as they have been. However, now it's time for you to make the decision to get what the universe is offering you, which is this Ace of Swords. A new way of thinking, a new way of perceiving life, a new way of perceiving relationships and how they should go. A new way of perceiving what boundaries are and enforcing them. As in every relationship, I don't care who it's with, whether it be a coworker, a boss, an intimate partner, a brother, a sister, a friend, there's always boundaries that you should not cross and that other people should not cross. However, Cappies, I get the sense that people have crossed so many damn boundaries with you to the point where now you are at the Queen of Swords point. The Queen of Swords has been through so much to the point where she's always got her sword in her hand ready to cut off any bullshit on its way to her. And she's actually got her hand out. Like, come on. You want to play? You want to play? Because I know how to cut off that bullshit immediately. That's where you are, Cappies. A lot of you are no longer going to play this. Use me. Play with my heart. Play with my mind. Use me. Take what I've got. Use my life's energy for your own benefit. I'm not having that shit anymore. So this is where you are. You're at the Queen of Swords energy. And sometimes it's just very necessary in order for you to set boundaries where they belong, so that the people, places, and things in your life that don't belong, that do not serve you, can die. See, it's Halloween time and I did some shopping. so that some things can die. Die. So that some things within you can live. See the plant on the top? See, we all know in tarot that death really means life. When you let negative things die, positive things live. You've gotten to the point where you're just sick and tired of it. You're sick and tired of it. And I hate to say it, but that's the good thing. Because you know what? Once you get sick and tired of the way people treat you because of your kindness, they look at your kindness as weakness instead of something that they should appreciate. Once you get tired of being around people like that, that's when you bust a move like this Queen of Swords and you say, you know what, no more. I ain't having this shit no more. I know I don't deserve this. I know I'm not perfect. However, I have done nothing to merit all of this crap that I'm enduring. And no one can take anything away from me. It's what I'm giving away that I need to be mindful of. Whomever it is that you're getting ready to leave has no money. They need you for everything that they've got and everything that they're ever going to get anytime soon. This card means speed, communication, or travel. And with speed, you are going to find that ninth cup by walking away from this individual. You are going to find happiness. You're going to walk right into it by setting the boundaries required with people in your life who have no intentions on treating you the way that you treat them. Because you got the authority to do it. And now you're getting ready to use it. These two cards represent authority. Authority all day and night. You have the authority to set whatever boundaries with people that are required for healthy relationships. In every healthy relationships, there are boundaries. And so right now, Spirit is advising you to be very mindful and focus in self-discipline with regards to your shadow side. This black sphinx right here. This black sphinx represents your ego. This white sphinx represents your light work and the light part of you, the part of you that wants to give, the part of you that wants to love, the part of you that wants to display virtue at all times and kindness. And so Spirit is advising you to ride your ego and not let your ego ride you. Even if this person that you're dealing with, that you're getting ready to ghost, deserves everything and more that you have to say, keep it to yourself so that you go out graceful. And that the other individual can go ahead on their own journey and live their lives according to the way they want to live them so that they can reap the harvest associated with their own behavior. And if you stay in pocket with this light energy right here and not let them pull you into their darkness, you will reap a very healthy harvest. See, here you are, the Queen of Cups. You went from the King of Cups to the Queen of Cups in this last relationship. A part of you really died. To some degree, you feel like a part of you really died. Because you're like, I just don't understand why I keep attracting these people who just don't know how to give me the same amount of love that I give them. I don't understand this. But see, what you must understand, my loves, is that again, no one can take anything from you. It's what you give away that allow people to do this type of stuff. And I feel as though within these next 2 weeks, you're going to understand that to a T with that Ace of Swords that you've been given. I feel as though you're going to nurture it, and I feel as though you're going to see the effects of it within the next 2 weeks. And it's going to change your perspective dramatically. And you'll be right back to that King of Cups energy that you had before. Because you're going to realize that it's other people's actions that have made you feel this way and not yours. Of course, you are human and you make mistakes. And the Cappies who this is going to resonate with are the Capricorns who make human mistakes but do not do things in the first degree. Sit and contemplate on how they can use other people. Because there are a lot of people out there who do that because they have no intentions on putting work into themselves. But you have. But see, you have experienced so many negative relationships at this point, to the point where now you're starting to tell yourself, I'm not going to love anymore the way I used to. And you mustn't think that way, because you are a very important light worker. And that King of Cups energy must be utilized as the light worker that you were designed to be. And some of you feel like because you've been through so much, now you don't even want to interact with people. Now you want to just go ahead and say, you know what? I'm just going to take care of me and I'm not going to experience things in life anymore. I just don't want to. Because everything out there is just so scandalous. But Spirit is advising you to get out there and experience things no matter what. Because it's through experience that you gain knowledge. Without knowledge, you wouldn't know how to cook a meal. Without knowledge, you wouldn't know how to wash clothes. Without knowledge, you wouldn't know how to say no to people who have bad intentions towards you. So you must get out there in life and experience things so that you can understand the language of people who are wrong and understand the language of people who are sincere. And the only way that you would know that is through experience. But if you keep yourself locked away because of all of these negative experiences, you must understand that these negative people that you would come in contact with are not the representatives of humanity overall. There are some decent human beings out there. And how will you find them if you are not putting yourself in a position to be seen or found? You still know how to give and take. You still know the concept of give and take. You have not lost that concept throughout all of this, misery that you've endured through relationships. And that is a wonderful thing, because this is a very important concept to understand in every situation. Who goes to work without the expectation of a paycheck? Raise your hand. I'm waiting. Of course. Thank you. No one. There's something called give and take. When you find yourself in relationships with people where you're just giving, and they're just taking, it becomes very apparent what their intentions are. And I haven't even seen any cups on their side toward you. All I see are cups that belong to you. You're the one with the love to give. Whomever this person is that you're just now getting rid of does not understand the concept of love at all. I wouldn't be surprised if I pulled the, Page of Cups. This person wanted you to think that you were in a spiritual union with them. That's where part of the confusion came in. They wanted you to think that they were your ace, boon, coon, and they'd be there for you no matter what. But were they? No, they were not. So this was a false sense of a spiritual union. The real spiritual union is with you. You and your higher self. Get to recognize that voice within yourself that corrects you when you're wrong and validates you when you're right. That is the voice of your higher self. That is the spiritual union that you need to be really focusing on right now, Cappies. Because that's the one that's going to help you make the right decisions with regards to any relationships that you enter and with anything that you do. Your higher self will always be there. Listen to that little voice behind each conscious decision that you get ready to make. And trust that voice. Don't juggle the validity and the value of that voice. That is the voice of your higher self, the voice that corrects you when you're wrong and validates you when you're right. So when you get ready to make a decision, Cappies, you make your conscious decision. How do I feel about this? This is what I think I should do. And then slow down and listen to the voice behind it that says, how should I really deal with this situation? And I promise you, your higher self will speak back to you, and you will not have to juggle what choices to make despite whatever situations arise in your life. You'll know exactly what to do. Right now, I sense that many of you are very sad. Very sad because of all of these disappointing relationships that you have endured. But you endured them. And you are resilient. You understand the concept of give and take. And you have not lost all love. You're just disappointed. And we all get to that place at times. I say this in every reading, and I'm going to say it in this one as well. Those 3 cups, I want you to look at them real good. The ones that spilt over that you're paying so much attention to, look. Look at the color of the fluid that fell out of them. Green, red, what is that? They were meant to spill over. There was nothing healthy in those cups to begin with. But don't forget about those 2 cups behind you. There are still people there who love you and who will be there for you. But you won't be able to recognize them until you turn around and actually realize that they're there. Sadness is a human emotion, and I understand that. However, do not let it consume you. In closing you out, Cappies, you are strong, infinitely strong. You are being advised to walk away from whatever relationship that you are currently in because it's toxic. And when you walk away from this relationship, guess what? If you notice, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the person's walking away in pursuit of that 9th cup. But guess what? Cappies. It's already here. It's not something that you have to look for. It's already here. Your job is just to identify that it's already here. So get back on your pure white horse with your good intentions. Put some water in that cup. Take a drink from it and quench that thirst of love for self, of which no one around you is equipped at this time to provide you with. You're going to have to be your own strength at this time. And many light workers find themselves in this position quite often, as you must be able to do this. Why? Because as light workers, you're going to have to deal with these negative energies who get pissed off at the fact that you're fucking up their cha-cha. And that's the whole goal. Because their cha-cha is the cha-cha that allows children to go hungry, people to be abused and mistreated, injustices to go uncorrected, and so on and so forth. And it is your light work that is so important and detrimental that you must not ignore. That is what I advise. However, your choices are your own. So with that being said, I'm going to pull an oracle card for you before the ending of your reading. Out of a deck called Goddess Guidance Oracle Cards by Doreen Virtue, you pulled Rhiannon. Trying to make sure you can see that good. Rhiannon means sorceress. You are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. Rhiannon, sorceress. I told you you're a light worker. And if this resonated with you, I ask that you hit like and subscribe and leave your comments. And if you feel compelled to get a private reading, I recommend that you follow your intentions and follow your intuition, as I am a teacher to light workers. You're a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. I will talk to you soon, Cappies. Namaste.